Wow, that's amazing because another story that I have that was very heartwarming, and this was after the White Sox thing. We ended up staying in a different neighborhood, but we ended up coming back to the neighborhood for a um a rally due to the fact that it was 100 years had passed and it was time for them to work on the railroad tracks in Chicago. This was the old L for some people who don't understand what that means. It's the old railroad tracks, the oldest ones in Chicago, and they were only allowing a specific group of white people. I mean, white people to work on the railroad tracks. They were not allowing any blacks to work on that or anybody else, Hispanic, it didn't matter who you were, to work on the railroad tracks. And we thought that that was very unfair. So I got called in by Minister Farrakhan. I sat at the round table with Minister Farrakhan, Tim Reed, we had Lou Rawls, and we had Jesse Jackson. So I was the youth leader for more than 1,700 young people that was in my age group at that time. I was about 17 years old when that happened, and it was powerful. It was a real party out because the first time that we went out there, a lot of our people ended up getting locked up, and Jesse Jackson went and bailed everybody out that got locked up. But we won. We won our fight because our people, as well as the other nationalities of people, were also able to work on the railroad tracks. Then we find out that they were being still treated unfairly because now the unfairness came with pay. They didn't want us to get paid the same thing as the white people that were working on the tracks getting paid. And we went and fought again for that. And I tell you, we won both of those battles. They finally backed down, and now all of the people for CTA who were, which for the audience who doesn't know, Chicago Transit Authority, all those people who were in charge there are now gone. You have a mixed variety of people that's actually running CTA now, and I would say about two, I think it was about 2 months, 2 or 3 months after that project had ended. Well, the project didn't end. The project kept going because people still ended up keeping their jobs with CTA even thereafter. So one of the people that had the job, I was on the public transit on my way downtown, and there was this young lady. She was on the train on her way downtown, and she was telling the story about what happened and how she got a job with CTA because she wasn't able to get one there before. And she said there was this guy. I couldn't see him because I was all the way in the back. I couldn't really get a look at his face, but he was saying some of the most powerful stuff, and we were able to. We was like, she's like, I was just ready. I was ready to follow him, and she was in tears because at this time her family was doing so bad that she needed that job in order to help her family to, sustain their living quarters. So I guess I look back when I was listening to her story and I walked to the back and I say, so there was a guy and you didn't, I said, did you ever find out his name? And she was like, yeah, he said his name was Yehloe. And I was like, okay. I said, well, guess what? And like the girl was in tears because she was so happy about being able to take care of her family and help her family to get ahead. And I told her, I was like, I'm Yehloe. And it brought me into tears. And it's still touchy to this day. It brought me into tears and it brought everybody, including the driver, into tears because of how much impact that had on so many different people. So many different people.